Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm just going to walk you through how I set up my budget for the month of August. Now I know I am a little late, but I'm just going to keep it moving anyway and share it with you guys. So if you're interested in seeing what my process looks like and how I set up my budget each month, make sure you keep watching. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is OZELLA and my channel focuses on being more intentional with money by budgeting better and getting out of debt. Right now, me and my husband are on a journey to pay off 6 figures worth of debt. So I would appreciate any support and encouragement that you all have to offer. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. But as always, if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, I really just want to say thank you so much for all of your support. I greatly appreciate it. Before I show you my numbers, I do want to share with you what I'm using. So I do use a half letter size planner. This is a tool planner. I do have a link in the description. I prefer this half letter size versus the classic happy planner size that I used to use because it's just a little more compact and I can customize it to my needs. And I do have the happy planner extension rings here. Another thing that I want to mention is I do make my own printables. I'll leave a link in the description to my monthly budget planner kit. If you like the printables that I use today, you can purchase yours in the link in the description. The very first part of my process consists of me writing out my goals and any events or notes that I want to keep in mind when I go to create my budget. My goals for August is to stay on budget, do weekly check-ins, and track all of my expenses. Now, these are the goals that I've been having for the last few months, and I haven't quite mastered them yet, so I just keep making the same goals and I keep working at it until it becomes second nature to me, until I can just do it without thinking about it. These are going to remain my goals. So what I want to keep in mind is that me and my husband are going on a trip next month. We're going to Georgia to check out some different areas that we might move to. And then some different events that we have going on this month is my mom's birthday is this month, as well as my daughter's birthday, and then me and my husband's anniversary. So pretty much anything that requires you to spend extra money, spend money that you wouldn't normally spend, I would just make a note of it. Even if you don't use this printable, you can just use like a little sticky note and write down some different events and things like that that you want to pay attention to so that you make sure that you don't forget those things when you make your budget. Because sometimes as you continue to make your budget month after month, it becomes a habit to you. And when you have these different things pop up that don't normally show up in your budget, you may forget to put them in your budget. The next part of my process is to write a list of all my bills. So what I want to pay attention to is the due dates and the amounts of each bill that I have in any given month. I am a paycheck budgeter, which means that all of my bills are going to go into a paycheck so that my bills are not late. So I do a monthly budget because I like to know exactly what's going on with my money and how much extra money we might have in any given month to put towards our debt snowball. So my first paycheck in August is August the 7th. And so pretty much any bill that was due from August 1st to August 7th is going to be included in July's budget. So all of my bills for August start on the 8th, the day after I'm paid. So that's the way I have it. I listed in chronological order from the time I'm paid in August up until the next time I'm paid. So I'm paid again on the 21st. And again, those bills from the 21st after up until the first time I'm paid in September is going to all be included on that second paycheck. Another option you have, if you didn't want to make this bill list here, if you don't like this type of format here, you can put it on a monthly bill pay calendar. I choose to do both because I like to have the visual aspect of it, but when I actually go to mark off whether a bill was paid, I'm using my list format. So this is my bill pay calendar. It is color coordinated. Don't mind these here because I did make a mistake on those. But what you're looking at is in the blue, these are all of the bills that I have to actually physically pay. So these are the bills that I have to log online and pay the bill. The bills that are in pink, these are the ones that are on auto draft. I prefer to have most of my bills on auto draft or auto pay because I am a procrastinator. I usually wait until the last minute and sometimes I was late paying the bill. So the money would be in my account, but I still didn't pay it on time. So what resulted was a late fee. And in order for me to combat those late fees, I just put most of my bills on auto draft, and that's what you have here. That's why you see most of these bills are marked in pink. And then these yellow ones are just my 2 paydays. Some budgeters I've seen use this bill pay calendar to check off when the bills are actually paid as well. And what they normally do is they put the bill name on the due date, but they also put the amount, and then they'll have like a little check box. And then once they actually pay the bill, they'll just check it off on the bill pay calendar. So whatever your preference is, you can choose whether you want to do the list format or the bill pay calendar. And I'm sure you already know this, but my budget is already filled out for the month of August. But I just wanted to walk you through so that you can see what my process is in case you're new to budgeting. And in case you're getting a head start on September, maybe you might find some different ways that you can enhance your budgeting process. After I know what bills are due for the month, that's when the fun comes. That's when I get to actually start crafting my budget for the month. I start with my income. Now, for my income sources, I only include the income that I know is reliable. So I do not include income that is iffy. When you budget more income than you're actually receiving in a month, then you have to make a lot of cuts and you have to do a lot of maneuvering around. But if you budget on the lower end, if you receive any additional income, it's easy to go ahead and add in expenses or sinking funds or things of that nature. The next thing I do is I contribute something towards our savings. Now, you'll notice in my budget templates that savings always comes after income. And the purpose of that is I truly believe that you should be paying yourself first. So many times, so many people, we work hard and we have nothing to show for it at the end of the day. After all our bills is paid, we have no money left and we don't have a savings account. I truly feel like everybody should be contributing something towards savings, regardless of how much it is. It can be $1, it can be $5, it can be $500. It doesn't matter how much money you have, but just get into the habit of putting something in a savings account. And that's going to help set that mindset for you and help retrain your mind to, reward yourself for your hard work. Because at the end of the day, anything can happen and you want to make sure that you have something to fall back on. If you don't have a savings account, more than likely you're going to end up in more debt because you're going to rely on credit cards when emergencies or situations arise. Me and my husband are doing a savings challenge. It's called the 2020 Savings Challenge. And so by the end of the year, we would have saved $2,020. Now, we did the savings challenge separately. So we were both contributing to our own savings challenge. So by the end of the year, we would have had $4,040 versus the $2,020. The next thing you'll notice is my expenses. What you'll notice is I separate out my regular expenses from my debt. And the reason for that is I like to separate my debt so that I can see how much money we're actually spending in any given month towards debt, because it kind of motivates me to continue on our debt-free journey, because this is money that could be invested somewhere else. This is money that could be going towards my kids' college fund or invested in businesses, creating generational wealth, things of that nature. So I like to do this way just for a motivational factor and an awareness factor. So for my regular expenses, I have my things like rent and utilities. My rent actually went up. It increased by $100. $110 actually, and that's because we signed a 6-month lease when we moved here, so we planned on moving to Georgia in August, but with the coronavirus we was like, nah, we're not gonna move anymore. We just gonna hold off until it kind of goes away. But then when they started saying that, the coronavirus is gonna be around for a couple of years, then I was like, why put our life on hold for something that we don't have any control over? And so we kind of pushed it out a few months. And so we're going to do a month-to-month lease. Because we're going to a month-to-month lease, they charge a $100 premium. So that's what we're doing there. Now, my electric bill is $200 this month, and that is an increase. Usually it's around $140, $150. I don't know. We haven't really been using the AC any more than usual, but I know it has been a little hotter than usual. So maybe the AC is working harder, and because of that, the bill is a little higher. But other than that, my bills have pretty much remained consistent. Now, when it comes to my debt expenses, the only thing that I really want to make note of is the Nelnet and Fed loan. Now, usually I highlight these because right now my federal student loans are on the CARES Act forbearance. So that's the 0% interest rate where we don't have to make a payment, and it's still at 0% interest rate until September 30th. And what we've been doing is still budgeting these amounts here but we've actually been sending it to the debt snowball. So whatever debt we're working on paying off that month, we've been putting this money towards that debt. Other than that, my debt expenses comes to $1,565. So I do a little summary down here. What I just do is total up my income, total up the amount that's going towards savings. I total up my expenses amount and then the debt amount. And then I deduct these expenses from the actual income. And really what I like to do is put these in parentheses because that tells me that these are going to be subtracted. And then what's remaining is $2,203. And that is the amount that is going to be left over for my cash expenses and any sinking funds that I have, as well as anything that's going towards my debt snowball for the month. I pretty much do a separate budget for my cash envelopes and my sinking funds. Or even if you don't use envelopes, you can do cash expenses and then any little savings that you want to save for. I know some people do like a cashless system where they use the Capital One 360 and they just can make as many savings accounts as they want and name them different things. So you can have basically different buckets of money, different buckets that you're saving for. For my cash envelopes, these pretty much stay consistent each and every month. The only thing that I keep playing around with is my grocery budget. I really feel like our family needs like a $800 grocery budget. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the price of groceries, but it just seems like the budget that we set for groceries is never enough. And I don't know, maybe I need to start using coupons more. I don't know, but the groceries budget is the one that I keep playing around with each and every month. Gas, we've been doing pretty good on gas. I haven't had to go anywhere. My car has actually been in a shop. So any additional money that I save from gas normally goes towards another sinking fund. As far as our sinking funds, we don't have that many that we're contributing to this month because of the simple fact that we're contributing almost $300 towards our Georgia trip for next month and then a little over $100 for me to renew my license next month as well. So this is something that I really should have started sooner, a sinking fund to renew my license. I really should have started that like at the beginning of the year so that we'd be good. But a lot of our money is going towards something that we have coming up next month. But if you haven't started using sinking funds, I highly suggest that you start because something like Christmas is something that you know comes up each and every year. And instead of worrying about how you're going to get the money for Christmas come November, it's something that allows you to save over time for this expense that you know is coming. It allows you to save for large expenses over a long period of time so that you can save it in smaller amounts versus having to come up with a large sum of money at one point in time. So this is pretty much what my budget process consists of each and every month. This is what I go through to make my budget each month. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you still have additional paychecks coming this month, it is not too late to start your budget. You can just start budgeting from that paycheck that you are expecting to receive. So until next time, guys. Bye.